Welcome to another episode, everyone. And Hefe calls in from the Los Angeles County Jail and does some content from the county jail. He attacks Ceddy Nash from Rolling 60s, who's on the internet, has a YouTube channel, Ceddy Nash, who said that Aunt Hefe had perhaps unalived Big U's son. Ran some fake content, some fake narratives, essentially. And Hefe calls in. He's not happy about this. The title here is The Truth Behind the Killing of Big U's Son. Big U's son. The truth behind the killing of Big U's son. This is Aunt Hefe talking, addressing Ceddy Nash and others, and letting us know what he's really locked up for and the whole thing. He ain't called no jumper. Now he's smart enough to call his own channel, do his own content, and get some money.
It's the good old big deal with the good old people, man. It's your boy, young Aunt Hefe. Don't care about number with the check.
The check.
Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people, man? It's Hot Topics with your boy, young Aunt Hefe. And I'm here to deliver you another one like the Man, what's the deal with my good old people, man? I already know y'all been waiting. Y'all been anticipating, you know what I'm saying, to hear from me. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to take it a day at a time. Take it, you know what I'm saying, nice and slow, you know what I'm saying, upon these little mishaps, you know what I'm saying, that got me missing from the YouTube metaverse. You know, I know y'all been hearing a lot of BS. I know it's been a lot of clowns out there doing clownish behavior, you know what I'm saying? So we just gonna, address everything, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna address everything one by one. Not this whole segment. This segment right here is dedicated, you know what I'm saying, to Fake 60, you know what I'm saying, Ceddy Nash, being that he wants to get on this internet, you know what I'm saying, like the rest of the clowns, and put. This call is being recorded. So y'all hear where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? Y'all hear the call being recorded or not now. What I want to get to, since I've been down, right? Been hearing a whole lot, like y'all been hearing a whole lot. People ain't been caring, people just been running with narratives, people just grasping anything just to speak about, these dudes waking up day in and day out with fake new information. They not caring where the information comes from. They just here to get $1 on YouTube. Like I always tell y'all to say, you know what I'm saying? My slogan is don't care about nothing but what the check say. But in actual reality, I'm not the person that's going to trade my integrity, you know what I'm saying, or morals, you know what I'm saying, for no check. That's what we're not going to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. So, first and foremost, you know what I'm saying, I heard that this, whatever Ceddy guy, you know what I'm saying, Fake 60, you know what I'm saying, by way of Sacramento, you know what I'm saying, ex-Damu, he took it upon himself when I first was arrested, you know what I'm saying, he took it upon himself to come to this internet and say that I was in jail for the demise of Big U's son, which I think, what's the guy's name? I think it's like Baby Yui or something like that, you know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, rest in peace to that guy, you know what I'm saying? It's ugly that any turmoil, you know what I'm saying, has to come on the internet, you know what I'm saying, in the face of a lie, you know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy for a guy to be banging 60s, you know what I'm saying, to put this information out there. That's how clownish these dudes is, and that's how you know these dudes don't haul from where we come from, you know what I'm saying? But these dudes are imposters, you know what I'm saying? So this is the same dude, you feel me, that is a crisis actor, you know what I'm saying, that is supposed to be paperwork on of this dude telling on people, you feel me? Now, I had, visit this situation like last year sometime, but, this dude reached out to me, you feel me, and he had got at me in my DMs. It was, hey, you know what I'm saying, basically, man, get your money, man, stuff is false. And, he trying to, basically plead this case that if things wasn't true. So, with that, I back off the situation because I'm not a thirsty dude, you know what I'm saying, and I really didn't care for the situation. I'm like, all right, he's saying it's not true, but the writing was on the walls the whole time, just like the writing is on the walls with a lot of these dudes. Do not.
Yeah, so Aunt Hefe right now, if you can't hear it that good, it's not me. It's not my equipment. Turn it up. He's in jail. They don't have the best equipment in there. And Hefe, as we can see, he's unloading on Ceddy Nash right now. He said he's the topic. Ceddy Nash from Sacramento. And Hefe says, from 60s, but whatever. And Hefe said he's from Sacramento. He's not really from 60s. That's what other individuals on the internet say. I don't know. I haven't heard any 60s come out. not claim him. Maybe they have. I don't know. I haven't been following that freaking close. And Hefe is also saying, and others have said that Ceddy Nash is a snitch, a crisis actor, whatever that means, whatever that's supposed to be, and also that he's a rat. And Hefe is saying that he told on multiple people, and he's saying that as soon as he got arrested, and Hefe, that Ceddy Nash took to the internet, took to YouTube, and accused him, or made insinuations at least, that he possibly had been arrested for the killing of Big U's son. And Big U's son is from Rolling 60s Crip, and Hefe being from H-Ray Gangsters, this could have just started something. And yes, there's already a war going on there, decades-long, violent, deadly war between the H-Ray Gangsters and the Rolling 60s. Everyone knows that. But, you have times in these wars where it's died down, where it's not active. It's not an active war until something happens, and then it's back on, shootings every day and all that. And so this kind of content, they haven't been going back and forth with one another like that. We just was having peace talks a year and some change ago. Everybody trying to put the weapons down. Then you're making content like this. This can cause individuals from over there. And the same thing with the video with the taco stand situation. They put it on him, and this dude is blood from Pebbles. He's trying to say an H-Ray gangster did this. All of this stuff could have started gang wars. So it is irresponsible for an individual that's from Rolling 60s, that's claiming Rolling 60s, to get on here and say this about a member from H-Ray Gangster without any facts, any proof. And we now know, of course, that it was all false, and Hefe had nothing to do with any of this stuff. He's not locked up for any of this stuff. Period. And I said then that I wasn't running this content, 10 videos a day on Hefe. And until I know the facts, I said until we hear from Hefe, till he go to court, whatever, till we hear from him, see what he has to say. But he gonna be able to call home. I said that. Eventually, he'll be calling. Now he calling making content though. So let's support Hefe, support his content. Y'all go there and watch this video. I'm reacting to it, of course. But y'all go check it out. And he gonna apparently be doing content from the county jail, addressing certain issues, whatever. Still running his content the best he can from right here on the phone. So I'll react to some of his content, if not all of it, when he calls in and does some content to bring some light to it. Try to get y'all over there to help support it, because giving him some views now on the content will help him with his lawyer and all that, help his situation. Of course, Sporty Face has to GoFundMe set up and such. So Hefe is not happy about the content, as we heard when he called in a no jumper. That has been ran on him, has been ran on his name. I mean, he confronted J Hood just about saying that he was on federal probation. Much later. So he wasn't happy about that. That's like the least of everything that's been said on the internet about him. People putting whole cases on him, murder cases, from accusing him of unaliving other gang members, enemy gang members, oppositional gang members. So J Hood saying something about his federal probation, that's like going to Disneyland compared to some of these narratives these dudes been putting out in documentaries and all this stuff these dudes been making on them. But so meaning that if he's upset even with J Hood saying that, he's certainly upset with these other individuals that done said all this other stuff. So I'm assuming he's going to be calling in, addressing all. Right now, he's just generally speaking, other than Ceddy Nash, these clowns and this and that on the internet. He's not saying any names, but there were some individuals that was running content at the content on them. Perhaps he will address that at some point.
I be fooled by these dudes. I don't care what space they in, from the no jumper space to wherever. A lot of these dudes. This call is being recorded. These dudes just fraud like the dudes they follow behind. A lot of these dudes is portraying themselves to be gangsters, but they're informants. They're working. They're continuously working, and they just trying to get people out the way. The people that they portray themselves to be is the people that they're trying to get out the way. Now back to this macaroni dinosaur, Ceddy Nash. I'm not understanding how or why would this guy come out his mouth and say that I'm in jail for Big U's son when he knew that was not true at all. He knew this is not true, but just for the sake of likes, this is what he decided to do. And I don't understand. I tapped in with this dude or not, but this dude cannot be welcome no more to you guys' community. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys are not welcoming this guy to your community. I knew the first time, he flew out there, you know what I'm saying, he paid for, these extravagant cars and probably greased a few palms and gave people some money to come hang out and stuff like that. But, that was a bad idea for you guys to let that guy come over there on your community and Brian Hurst, because look how he repay y'all. This guy reports on somebody from a different community that you guys are at odds with, coming out here. Excuse me. Said he was talking to me, but like I'm saying, this guy's reporting on a guy from allegedly, a rival community, of the 60s, Anybody y'all know, I'm pretty sure I don't have to brief y'all on the history between the 60s and the H race, or whatever the case may be. But this guy decided, when I came to jail, to say that I'm the one that killed Big U's son, when I'm also the one who also reported on this thing. Well, not reported, that's the wrong word to say, that's what these exposures do, but I am somebody who reacted to it because, it was news in LA, and based on who his father was, it was kind of trending. But how do that sound, a guy that does content, a guy that has a Sienna Manners hat in the background, and a guy that's come out, he's from neighborhoods from the 60s, why would he fix his mouth to come out on the internet? It ain't for no sake of no content. Why would he fix his mouth to come out on the internet and say that I'm in jail for killing somebody from 60s? You know what I'm saying? And then, it's going to be lit. This summer is going to be lit. It's going up. This how trash these dudes is. And, like, for real, if anybody, telling any of you guys out there, this call is being recorded, who's not up the street life or any gang, and dudes telling y'all, don't join gangs and stuff like that. This is a prime example why you wouldn't, because the goofies that these guys allow into their community. And I'm not taking no shot at the 60s or anything like that, because I'm really hoping that he's not of these guys' community. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that it was a joke, and I'm hoping that he paid, to come over there, and I'm hoping that he's paying to rep, because
Damn. Wow. That's crazy. And said, I hope it was a joke. He said, I hope that he's really not from their community. I hope it was a joke. That cracked me up right there. I hope it was a joke when he came over there and let him into the community. Talking about Ceddy Nash. I guess he came over there and perhaps they recorded it or something. He said he came over there in fancy cars passing out money. And that's why they let him over there, but he's not really from over there. But that, as Ann said, I don't have to give you all the history on the beef between these two gangs in the past. Ant's point is my point, that you making content like this could have, reignited this war. And it's fake content. It's not true. It didn't happen. And you could have started a war, got a lot of people hurt, a lot of black men hurt. You dudes are unchecked out here. Y'all need somebody going to start going inside y'all freaking chins, bro. For real. Y'all can't hide, man. Somebody need to start going inside y'all chin. I'll be one of them. I'll be the first in line. Crack y'all chin open. Y'all play too much. Y'all making LA look bad too. All this. I told y'all running all this and Hefe content. Don't know what y'all talking about.
This is a bad look, and this is a black eye to the game. And dudes continuously, show that they're goofies and that they don't care what come out their mouth. And I don't understand this coming from guys that saying they're from the streets, or guys that's getting on the internet talking about they're from gangs. Like, this is the stuff of the poetic Flacos. You know what I'm saying? Like, now Flacco, I'm gonna get to him next. He's gonna be like one of my next segments, but I'm not even mad at Flacco, because this is something that a Flacco would do. This is something that a Flacco would do. A Ceddy Nash, this guy that thinks he's high almighty, I got the bag, I'm rich rolling and this and that. Like, bro, you need to put your flag all the way down, bro. You need to put it down, you know what I'm saying? Because you are a goofy. Like, what type of member, like, whether you a gangbanger or a member, like, who reports this type of stuff? Like, who makes this stuff up and reports this type of stuff? Then I heard this guy even came out and reported something before that. So, like I said, I'm going to get to everything one by one. You know what I'm saying? So, I heard that it was something else circling around, that I was in jail for a guy from Pablo's, you know what I'm saying, who happened to day before my arrest. So first and foremost, I heard that he took to the internet with this story, that this was what I was in jail for. And then he had the nerve to come out his mouth and say, man, how they explaining the story. If he killed this dude in a taco truck like that in cold blood, he deserved everything he got coming to him. Like, what type of dude that's saying he from a notorious gang comes out their mouth and say this type of ish? Like, you cannot make this up.
None. I didn't even see that video. I didn't see none of Ceddy Nash's videos. I just heard he did the video on it. Maybe saw one of his titles on it. Or maybe saw someone else reacting to one of his videos. I saw a clip of that, him talking about it and all that. I did see a clip of it. Him talking about Big U's son. But I didn't play none of that stuff. We're here on this channel, The Inside Story with me, Damian Porter. I knew it would be a lot of backlash eventually, and it's coming. It's going to come. I said it then. They're just making up stuff. We talking about serious situations and serious cases and putting it all on this man's name. He in here for something totally different. Totally different. Dude's making 20 videos a day on this stuff. And then Ceddy Nash and Hefe just said that he got on one of the videos and said, I guess the one where he was accusing him of the taco stand situation, the dude from Pueblo, Lil Bandit, rest in peace. And said that if he did do the taco stand, man, I don't care. He deserved it. He deserved to be in jail. This and that. So you're not a gang member. Because if he did something to one of his ops, that's what gang members do. That's what your hood do. That's what 60 do. They get into it, people, and they shoot each other up and all that. That's what gang banging is. That's what ops do. Now you're a civilian talking about a gang member. If he did that to another man, he deserves jail. So you're not out doing nothing. That's fine. That's good. Stop banging then. What are you talking about? That's what gang members do. This is freaking ridiculous. Boy, this is crazy. The game is so cooked. I'm just going to stay strong myself. It's only a few real ones left. I don't care what nobody says. It's just a few left. Oh, this is sickening.
And for real, and I'm not gonna lie, man, I sit here every day in this cell, you know what I'm saying, until I come back to freedom, and I just like, man, I can't understand these goofies. I cannot understand these goofies that's claiming communities, and I think these dudes' homies can't be behind them, because if they are, they have to be police. And like, for real, like, Nash, you know, said something real controversial, years ago. He said hip-hop was dead. And I'm telling you, the streets is dead. You know what I'm saying? The streets is dead. Not that I want them to be alive, but the streets is dead. The day that you got dudes claiming to be gang members or claiming to be of these communities coming to the internet, reading police reports and validating police reports to be the truth, man, this shit is over with, man. Like, who does that? And a lot of these dudes claim to be hardcore dudes in their heyday. I was this and I was on that, man. You wasn't on nothing but the police, man. Like, dudes keep on saying, like, you can't hide. You can't hide, like, what's in you. And a lot of these dudes, man, have blue and red blood, man. Blue, red, and white blood. Police lights, man. So that's just something I wanted to speak on. And, you know, to the dudes out there from 60s that's really out that community, man, I hope y'all really reprimand this dude, man. I hope y'all really tell this dude to keep y'all set out his mouth, because he don't deserve, you know what I'm saying? He don't deserve no backing from nobody, you know what I'm saying, or everything. Y'all just need to tell him to continue doing his job as a reporter and as a crisis actor, you know what I'm saying, because that's what he's good at, you know what I'm saying, but got the nerve to have Seattle handle his head to the background as if he's from this community and he's this high-ranking member or something like that. Just the way these dudes talk, you know what I'm saying, but that's what I got to say about this dude, you know what I'm saying, straight fraud. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all see what's going on. There's been a lot of fraud activity and behavior on this net as of recently. And like I said, we're going to come day by day to address everything. Again, you know, I'm not the guy in jail for Big U's son murder, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have anything to do with that, you know what I'm saying? I was nowhere in the area when that thing happened. And as I said, when that first happened, I am a guy who, you know what I'm saying, reacted to it, you know what I'm saying? Probably reacted to like 3 different segments of that. So, you know, it's just funny though. And that was just crazy, you know, when I heard that. And I'm not gonna say that, oh, I can't believe he did that, because like I said, the right is on the wall, you feel me? Like, he's a crisis actor, you know what I'm saying? He's on paperwork, he's an ex-blood, you know, his brother and came out and put him out there, you know, your family members, they know all the dirt. So, most of the time, when family members coming out there saying things, you can go to the bank with it, if it ain't no hate. And in this situation, I don't think this is any hate, man. It's just the proof in the pudding, just how dudes moving. Dudes can make their mouth say anything, and dudes' actions is proven worthy of the things that their mouth is saying, So, with that being said, again, it's ugly that Big Blue family has to go through this, and they had to hear that, and this had to come up again, or anything like that, I'm pretty sure his family already mourning to death. The father's already in jail fighting his case, and then you got buffoons that's claiming a community coming out talking about that I am the one responsible for what happened. With that being said, y'all already know we're going to conclude this there, man. It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't kill.
Young Ant. All right. Shout out to Young Ant Hefe. Get home soon, brother. And wish you well in this dreadful situation that you're in. I know it's dreadful. I know being in that county jail, going through everything that he's going through. As he said, he sits in a cell every day and thinks about these clowns on the internet. So this stuff is affecting him. This content that has been made on him. And I covered the police report myself. Alex Alonso dropped the police report, and I reacted to that. But I did, in defense of myself, I did that because of all of the narratives that have been put out on Aunt Hefe. I haven't been running Aunt Hefe content, no. But all of the narratives that have been put out on them, when we finally had something in black and white, from the police, I said, well, let's see. I'll bring y'all this. He's not in jail for this, that, and the other. What was my point? All this stuff that these individuals are putting on him, these content creators. This is what they're saying he's locked up for. And I said then, that doesn't mean that he did it. It just means that this is why they arrested him. This is what they're saying. Many people go to trial, go to court, and beat the case. Just because they're saying it doesn't mean it's true. It just means that at least we now have at least what the police are saying happened. We have something concrete, something from someone in authority, some paperwork saying what he's in there, because everything else on the internet to that point had just been speculation, lies, fabrications, concoctions. So we finally had something concrete. So I said, well, I can cover this, something that's concrete. Look, this is what he's in there for. Whether he did it or not, I said then, don't know, but this is what he's in there for. At least now we know what he's in there for, so y'all can stop listening to all of this other stuff. This is what I said. That was my point, and it's still my point. So, but there you have it, Young Aunt Hefe. Let me know what you think in the comments. Go check him out. Check out it. So his channel is back on. His channel is back going. He's trying to get his channel back flowing, even from where he's at. You got to do something. You got to still work. Got to hustle. He's being, inventive, creative. He's coming up with ways to still keep his channel flowing. He's going to need some support, obviously, in order to keep his channel going. Where he's at, he's trying to do it. That video got some views, so he's back on. So be looking for his content. As he said, this was just the first segment. He's going to be dropping more. He can get to he has a phone in his cell, so he can, and it's legal. It's not like in prison. He has a cell phone. He got to sneak and do it on YouTube or whatever. Police can pass by. He has a phone in his cell. It's a legal phone. He can be on the phone. So he can be dropping content probably, continuously. He should, with his situation, keep everyone abreast of his situation. He needs views. He needs support. He needs to keep getting a YouTube check to pay this lawyer off and everything, Continue to pay him, but just his situation, period. To survive, to eat, to take some load off of himself, off of his family, whatever. So, as I said, I'll be looking for some of his content. He's getting on people. He may even come after me. I don't know. I don't think I did anything wrong. I think I did pretty well covering the situation. But, you're upset and he's upset. He's locked up. People putting stuff out on him. And he's not going to be happy about that. No one would be in that situation. Try not to focus on that too much and focus on your case. And you put all that energy towards that. You're a lawyer in this situation, getting out of this. Don't worry about too much what these dudes saying on the internet. Can't stop them. They're going to say what they say. You can try to shame them and let, we can all speak out against it and let it be known as content creators that what they are doing as content creators is wrong. as street members, you can say what they're doing as street members is wrong. It's really all you can do. You're going to go out and do something about it physically. So let me know what you think in the comments. Young and Hefe called from the county jail. When he had called no jumper, he said it was in 2400. So he's in there fighting this case. He just said what he's in there for, that he's not in there for anything having to do with Big U or Big U's son. He also alluded to the fact that sort of content could have reignited the war, which I agree with. He got on Ceddy Nash from being from Sacramento on a fake 60s. He's not happy with the reporting that he's done on him and others. And I'm sure he's going to address all of the others as well. He's going to name names, I'm sure, as he said. He's running his content now, so he's about to address all of it. So stay tuned to it and see what Ed has to say and stay abreast of his situation while he's in there fighting for his life and wishing him well. Again, Spody Face has to GoFundMe. You can stream his music to help support him, help get some revenue to him by streaming his music. Then, of course, you can go check out his channel and watch his old videos and the new ones that he is dropping now to help support him. Let me know what you think. Stay safe. Shout out to Young and Hefe. Stay strong, bro. Stay safe and stay free, people.